Mine eyes are lean. See? That's all, but that don't mean how I see is small. That don't mean what I don't foresee can't be big and tall. That don't mean what I envision to be infinitesimal. That don't mean nothing, ain't no thing. They just lay. That's all. Us Asians are really good at writing about one thing. And that's about being Asian. People think we can't write about anything else now. That isn't entirely true. Try classic poetry. Write about the streaming waters that flow to the rocks, that stand still by the river, being brushed upon by the porcelain jade, mined from the steppes of East Asia. Never mind. Don't write about that. Stick to more generalized racism. In America, Asian men placed last in the hierarchy of manhood. Now, there's nothing inherently negative about being Asian, passive, or quiet. It's when we equate these things with emasculation, we are asserting a particular view of what it means to be masculine. From experiences in childhood to what the media defines as manly, Asian men just don't seem to measure up. By constructing a masculinity that is inclusive of the myriad of ways through which a person can choose to express themselves, we can redefine what it means to be masculine. Using the poetries, Mind Lean Eyes by Ins Choi, Love by Bo Sia, The Asian Poem by Maddie Park, and Apparition by Phil Kay, I present to you all a program, because tears do water the seeds of transformation within us. I think love is the most beautiful thing in the world. But I don't give a fuck, because I'm a pathetic man whose goal is to read poetry to women. It's Girl Scout cookies. To get them to fall in love with him, and you would think I was reprimanding myself by saying this, but I was really saying women who hear this fall in love with me. It was the first week of middle school, and me and Jonathan and a few others stand behind a group of boys, neatly seated at a table. These boys have kissed girls and sipped their father's liquor. We stand behind the pack, hoping for a loose invite to sit at the glossy blue cafeteria table, or even just a slow osmosis through convenient proximity. We go like this for days. Mostly silent, but you know, mine eyes ain't chinky, that's for sure. They ain't no right size, and yes, I can see. But the funny thing is, because mine eyes are lean, well, sometimes I can't be seen. I don't get seen. I can't be seen. Maybe I shouldn't think of women in terms of picking them up, and maybe I should open up my sensitive side. But really, the sensitive side sucks. I've been there, You can only imagine the types of sweaters they make you wear. It's not fair. When the boy across the hall explains to you that Asians are not a part of the identity of a POC, you start to question it too. Wonder what to overthink your own race. Wonder what really makes you Asian American. Try to think about your childhood, but don't forget the 7th grade teacher who couldn't pronounce your name, but did know how to laugh at it after. You can hear your name on the tip of their tongue. When your name is pronounced wrong your entire life, you begin to identify with the mistake. Until finally, Jonathan grows impatient, or fearful, or maybe both, and he speaks loud and composed. Guess who I saw at the mall playing that Dance Revolution game for hours? I mean, he just kept putting money into the machine, surrounded by his people. The whole pack laughs. A group of hyenas smelling blood in the distance. But you don't want to understand me. You just want to hear the part about my small dick again. Because the Asian man will always be plagued by this rumor till he's brave enough to whip it out on stage and say, "Hi-ya!" We're gigantic. I needed to. Nervous and eager as I watch the sitting boys turn to look at us. It's Phil. You know, because he's Asian. He moves his fingers to the sides of his eyes. Now, little slits looking at me, then to the boys, a few of whom follow suit. Suddenly, the whole table now roaring, intoxicated from the fresh sacrifice moving from side to side, and suddenly, for Jonathan, a shiny blue seat at the table. I will not just write another Asian poem. This is not just another Asian poem. I am not just another Asian poem. I am not the cup. I am the cover of Time magazine, not just some half-page news article. I am not the laughter on a 90s sitcom. I am the live audience, the volume cranked up, the full screen and full color. I am not the forgotten meaning behind the song we built this nation upon. Chink, chink! You think this land is your land? Chink, chink! This land is my land! Chink!